take a quick oath in the session that we ask as many questions as possible. We are open to new ideas, and more importantly, we share our perspectives as well. It's not a one-way traffic, so let's ensure that we keep the chat window as active as possible. And that's the few rules of the house of sorts. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Just 1 second. Just is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, great. So awesome. Now let's quickly jump onto the session. No, I think we are have a wrong one opened, I guess. Okay, so the intent or the idea is by the end of this session, each of you are able to build a product of your own and be able to circulate it across on the social media platforms. Circulate across the social media platforms as such. So that's the primary idea. And you understand how do you go about building the product rather than it being a case where it's a one-time gimmick where you get a prompt and you are able to do it. But more importantly, understand how do you go about it as a whole and be clear about the approach itself. So that's the idea. A quick introduction about us. So we've been organizing multiple cohorts and webinars to help people understand about how they can leverage AI in their work and for their hobby projects as such, and build full stack products by themselves rather than being dependent upon or having to be a developer as such. And that's the focus of this session as well. Uh, Before I jump into the session, just wanted to share across my story where initially I had always had multiple ideas in mind that I wanted to put across in the world and wanted to get feedback. And many cases, when you are building digital products, you are if you are not a developer by yourself, and that too a full stack developer by yourself, you are mostly constrained by the skill set that you have or you wanting to the way you express things as well. And that's where I used to spend a lot of time in articulating my ideas or drafting documents that no one generally reads as such. But now that completely changed. Now I no longer necessarily write a lot of documentation for communicating the idea. Rather, I create a video explaining the entire product walkthrough that I have in mind and share it across. And people also understand it better. Doesn't mean documentation is no longer important. It is still important, especially for all the corner cases that you intend to handle. But the key aspect, however, is me being able to express and visualize things and share it across with the people is a great value add that I've seen happening, and that's what I wanted to share across with the entire world and with the folks that are there on the call today as well. How did this shift happen? First and foremost, I've been an evangelist of something I call as full stack product management or full stack professionals as such. What does this mean? It is very simply put, you are not looking at just one specific problem or an area. You're looking for the end-to-end value that you intend to create. Tech or use of digital products is just an enabler. it's not the end of the world as such. Your end goal is to find the underlying user need and be able to address that in the best way possible. Digital product is a means to achieve it, or AI for that matter is also a means to achieve it. Hence the point is understanding how these systems work, and more importantly being able to orchestrate them is a key aspect for this. The second area is all about leveraging AI. uh, Again, it's not about just using ChatGPT to summarize your emails, which is great, but you can do far more than that, and build what you have in mind, not just for the sake of work. But I created many personal productivity tools that I use on a day-to-day basis to fast track things for myself. It might not be used by anyone else in the world. I am the only user, but still I use it because it helps me get better. And that unlock is something which every one of us can leverage. And there are free tools that you can use as well. And but and frankly, I think even paying for these tools actually helps out in many cases. So that's up to you whether you intend to leverage it or not. But do try out the free tools is one core message that I want to give. And please do think full stack than it being just okay, this is the flow that I have in mind. No, you need to understand how it would go inside the system and all. We'll get to the details of it as well in a minute. Before we jump further, we've since you have taken time out of this for the call, we have a quick and simple assessment tool which helps you figure out what's your professional DNA, and even help you with knowing how, let's say, whether you are a full stack professional or not, or if not, what level of full stack are you in as well. Now, I'm sharing the URL of it as well. Please feel free to log in and or sorry open it and check it out, or you can scan it with your mobile and open it as well. To give you a glimpse of how it looks like, I'll quickly share that uh, as well. Let me know if you're able to see this. So this is a simple assessment tool. What we've realized is there are four key skills for any professional. One is selling, second is making, third is designing, fourth is hunting. And we've created this assessment tool to figure out where do you stand and what is your archetype or persona. There are 15 such personas that we've identified or come up with as well. And please do take this assessment, and if you could confirm once you are able to take it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, work in progress.
Sure, thanks.
You just flash the QR code again, please.
Absolutely, just one second. Yeah, I hope it is visible.
Yes, thank you.
So just one call out. At the last screen that you would see would give you the persona or the archetype of yours over there. You wouldn't get an email at the moment, but we'll send it across hopefully by tomorrow or so. So please don't close that. You might, if you want to have a look at what it stands for and the insights about your persona as such. And if you can maybe put in the chat what persona did you get, that would be super helpful. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes and then resume it. And those who filled, I could see few of you have already filled in. Feel free to share your persona in the chat for others to also look at it. Or you can just say done, that's also fine. I could see we have a lot of builders and integrators. Awesome. And anyone, okay, first question, any feedback on this assessment? Does it resonate with you, or it didn't seem appropriate or anything on that lines? If someone would like to share.
So Shirsha, I wanted to understand what does this hunting mechanism mean? Selling, making, designing, I kind of understood.
Sure.
What is this hunting?
Okay, so hunting, very simply put, is the ability to find new trends that are coming up in the market and be able to invest in them or work on them.
Understood.
Yeah.
Is this
And in
specific
case,
to, sorry, please
please,
continue.
no, please go ahead.
Is this specific to a domain of, say, product management and development and designing, specific
No,
to that field?
no, not necessarily. It can be leveraged across even for physical products also.
Okay.
So the idea is to understand where we are right now and what areas should we be focusing on if need be. Again, doesn't necessarily mean all people need to be great at all the four areas. Two of them or three of them is also sufficient for in many of the roles. So it's just being able to identify it and work on the areas that you intend to work upon is the whole intent of this.
I think Harsha, this helps. This resonates with, I think, what I really do versus what I wanted to do. So this resonates with that.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Maybe I'll quickly move forward so that we spend time in you actually building the tools as well. But before that, again, one more assessment. We wanted to make sure that to learn more about you as professionals as or your tech understanding as such. And this is a simple assessment for the same. Please feel free to fill it in and get an idea about it. It's more to do with the digital product or tech building understanding of sorts and AI to some extent. You will also get the answers and all at the end of it, but please do check this out. Hope all of you are able to access the form. Okay, thanks.
Yes, we can. Work in progress.
Yeah, sure. We just realized one thing. The score that's coming up is coming only for the multiple choice questions. So please don't mind the score that you would be seeing there. Cool.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, I think we'll move forward, or you need more time for this?
1 more minute.
Sure, sure.
Rohit is using ChatGPT to get the answer.
Harsha, for multi-choice answer, it is giving all wrong. Matlab, it is saying wrong, 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 wrong. What is what?
So that is a setting issue that we just realized. We'll correct it.
Not wrong.
Vibe coding went wrong.
I think I don't think coding went wrong. I think our settings went wrong. Cool. We'll move forward now. We have few responses already. And the others, please, you can continue to fill in or do it later as well. The idea is for to just get a understanding of where we all stand as a team, or as a group. And as I can understand, at least from the primary thing, many of you already understand what front end is, what back end is, what APIs are, and cloud, and even ChatGPT, all of this. So I won't spend a lot of time on them. I'll quickly jump onto the actual build part of it now. The So now that we are talking of vibe coding, firstly, just wanted to share across the background story of it, so that you know what or where this even originate from. So vibe coding was a term which was coined by Andrej Karpathy. He was one of the founding members of OpenAI and had been head of AI at Tesla. So he's a known personality or known figure in the AI world, and had contributed to a lot in this space. And it is when cursors and windsurfs of the world were coming out, is when he pointed out to this, wherein you get an idea and it's that feel of building it. That's when you jump into it, and you just express your vision, and AI interprets, and working app appears out of it, is what vibe coding is all about. And great thing is, this is not something new or something which had come up now. He actually said something which is even more interesting, which is English is the new programming language, way back in 2023. And it's from then this field has been evolving a lot. Uh, and the tools that are available today are amazing for us to use. And one interesting trivia for all of us is recently in the dictionary, for the word of the year was awarded to vibe coding, and that's a great thing, because there were many other competitors who were there as well for the same, and vibe coding got that recognition of sorts. And that's because many people are actually doing it and are expressing themselves with these tools, which they were not able to do earlier. So it's a, frankly speaking, it's a tectonic shift in the way we operate. Earlier, building was the scarcity, or people having tech skills and being able to be a developer was the scarcity. But now that's no longer the scarcity. The scarcity of is now about having that clarity on what exactly you want to build and how do you go about it, or why do you want to build something. That what and why are more important in the current day and age than the how part of it. Doesn't mean what our engineering counterparts are doing, or the engineers are building today is not of value. It's of super value. You can create a prototype, but if you want to take it to millions of users, you would still need that core engineering skill to ensure it handles scale, it is flexible, it is configurable. So their contributions are still more valuable even now. It's just that now we as non-tech people can also be empowered enough to express ourselves in a better way with these tools and create our the tools that we want in our personal life, which no one else might want to create for us, right? That is the background thing. Now, as I was saying, the whole idea is to build tools that you need is now possible, which was not so. And if in the world of personalization or engagement, or so you would have, or even in data science, there is a concept called as personalization at a cohort level and at a personal level, or n equal to 1. N is number of people. Now, with Vibecoding tools, you can actually make it n equal to 1, because I would be creating tools that would resonate with me, and you can do it for yourself as well. The second key part of benefiting with Vibecoding is your ability to build things or in larger volumes. So just to give you a simple example of this, there was a competition which was held by a ceramic professor, and he split his entire class into two groups. First group was told, you are expected to create highest volume of pots at the end of the semester, while the other group was told you were to create the best looking pots in the world. Now, what happened was, by the end of the semester, the second group, which was asked to create the best pot, they were not able to create even one beautiful pot, while the first group, which was just told to create as many pots as possible, they actually created beautiful pots. And the reason for that is they had the advantage of volume. They were creating something they didn't like, they were discarding it, then they are going for more. So while the first one was just fixated on making one which is beautiful. So the key point to note is, as many as you practice and you keep building more apps, the better you get at it, and your taste of building products or digital products as such will also improve. So the key thing is you being able to come with ideas and just build them. Don't worry about how it would look like on day one. What matters is you trying out and you experimenting with these tools. The next thing, since this is at the initial stages of the tectonic shift, it's important that we leverage this and leapfrog ahead with the skills that we are building, and stand out from or stand ahead of the curve as such. Last but not the least, it's just a creative expression. Like how some people have writing as their creative expression, some people might resonate, and building products could be their way of creatively expressing themselves. And that's what is possible with AI in the current day and age. Right? But we already know about this, which is front end, back end, and API. So I won't go deeper into it. Just to give you a simple analogy, I'll actually show you an image. I think that itself will. This is one of the. Yeah. So I don't know if. Oh, okay. My screen is not yet shared. Yeah. Let me fully share my screen. Multi-user solution really requires full stack capabilities, and what are the limits? It's not about the prototyping models limitation. It's about our thought process, and more importantly, the infrastructure that is needed for hundreds of millions of people. You would need caching layers and all, which these platforms don't have at the moment. Now, coming to the point of 200 folks being able to use it, you can use it for sure without any problem. As long as you're clearly able to articulate it, it's able to build and showcase it as well. So this is by far, I think, the simplest way of understanding what front end, back end, and APIs are. Backend, if you take an analogy from a restaurant, backend is where the actual cooking is happening, and it can be as murkier as possible, while front end is as beautiful as possible for the end users to be able to resonate with it. And waiters are your APIs who are bringing data back and forth from the front end to the back end. That's the simplest way of understanding what front end, back end, and APIs are. And AI is now becoming an interface for all of this as well. But we still are having beautiful interfaces, and that is still important. So if someone comes up to you and says it's only chat interfaces that would work out, that's not necessarily the case. You would still need conversational visual experiences as well, because we humans have always been visual beings, and we consume content in a visual manner rather than it being just words. Right. Any questions till now, or any views till now? And Shrikant, I hope the question gets addressed. I presume that to be yes, and I presume there are no questions. I'll move forward. So now, before we quickly jump to the build, just wanted to re-emphasize on one thing. Any digital product is just having four things in it. First and foremost, think of how data would get entered into the system. Second is, what are the user journeys, workflows, and processes that you intend to have. Third is analytics and insights. If you are capturing data, but there is no one who is able to look into it and get insights out of it, then it's of no value. So please ensure that you have this also in place. Last but not the least is integrations with other systems, in case if you are building a larger system in place. Right. The So as I was saying in the a while back, having clarity is of the most importance at the moment than knowing, or than it being just the build part of it. So it's important to know why you are building it, what exactly do you intend to build, and doesn't mean you need to have clarity from day one. So we can actually start building something even before you jump onto lovables and cursors of the world. So I've been mentioning about lovable and cursor for a while. Let me just explain about them. So lovable is a full stack development tool that is available, and it can help you to build a web application from just a simple prompt. Same happens with cursor and bolt and replete. Cursor is more of an IDE. IDE stands for integrated development environment. Very complicated if it seems like. Please ignore it. You don't need to bother about cursor at this moment. You can start with lovable or bolt or replete, and that itself will be a good initial point. To be frank, platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude also offers at least the front end part of it being taken care of. So we'll quickly start with that now. So the point is, please be clear about these things, right? What do you intend to build? Why are you building it? Who is it for? And how does it behave? These aspects are very important for any product that you intend to build. Whether you are using Vibecoding or not doesn't matter, but these aspects are always important. But with Vibecoding, it becomes all the more important, because now you need to understand this, because you are the one who is actually going to build it, and as long as you're clear in your mind, you can communicate it to the AI. So don't expect you come. So one of the simplest examples again for this is let me show you the meme KTM. There was okay, 1 second. Just a second. Yeah. So this again is a, I guess, a popular meme. You might have already seen this, but just want to re-emphasize it. Right? You would have seen this meme, right, where client expectation is that of this, but they say the budget here and the product actually delivered is this. Just to tweak it a bit, think of it as your expectation from the system to build is a Duke, but your articulation is that of a two-wheeler which has which can accommodate two people and can go. Your output will be like this. So it's important that you articulate it properly and you have the clarity of what you're expecting. So bringing back to the age-old statement, garbage in, garbage out, that is applicable even more in the age of AI. So please be clear about what you want rather than expecting AI to do magic. Right? Any questions till now? Any views or any inputs? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Harsha. So one thing is like building simple one page or two page web application. Probably that sounds very possible. But building, let's say, multiple level workflows, like there are 3 4 pages. If you click on one thing, it will go on to another page and then another page. So is it possible to build little complex application with the help of Vibecoding? Is it really possible, or how difficult is it? Like we can articulate, but how difficult it is to build it and we get a production version or whatever, like usable version.
It is not difficult, to be frank. The one thing that people or in general comes up as a challenge is limitation of, if you are if you want to do everything by as a free version, then there might be challenges because you would be running out of credits per day. Other than that, as long as you are clear and you are able to architect the solution in your mind and articulate it, then it is completely possible.
Okay.
We'll actually build one which is slightly complex in today's session so that you get a better understanding of it. So the idea that I had in mind was something like this, wherein we come up with a tool which captures the ideas that we have in mind and helps us track whether we are making progress in that or not. And it's a SaaS tool where people can actually log in, create their own accounts and play with as well. So that's something that I think we can build. And there are a few other ideas that we can explore as well. But before we actually jump into that, just wanted to clarify on one thing, which is, as I was saying, garbage in, garbage out is the scenario. And why is that the case? Because if we don't articulate, then it's screwed. And to improve our articulation to the AI systems, we need to leverage some prompting mechanisms or the other. This is something that I find personally very useful, especially for the tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude of the world. Hey, hi Divya, please go ahead.
So on this point, Sriharsha, is it as simple as, I mean, maybe a year or two ago, everyone just said prompt engineering, you start doing it, you'll get better with it and understand how to define a requirement. Is it as simple as that when you're saying don't fall for garbage in, garbage out? Or is there also an element of systems thinking required, without
Great
being a
question.
coder?
Great question. Systems thinking is essential, and hence the initial slide where I was trying to explain about what are the key ingredients of this and the back end, front end. That's because to have that understanding is very important. You're absolutely correct on that. And see, maybe if you don't understand what backend is, front end is, and all, please ignore it. That's not a problem. If you are able to think in terms of Excel sheets, we are sorted. You know how do you store the data. You want to know how do you want to pick it up and use it. That itself solves the problem. Think of it as you putting pivots on top of Excel data, and your pivot is your front end. Your database is what your Excel sheet is all about. In the same manner, the way you can think, if you are able to think in this direction, then it becomes easier for you to articulate it to the system. But more importantly, you can even use ChatGPT and Gemini to craft the prompt that you want to give to the Lovable platform or Bolt platform. You are unmuting. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, okay. Thank you. Give some more clarity.
Sure. Any other questions? Okay, so maybe we'll quickly move forward and start with the first tool that we can build together, which is okay. Before we do that, just wanted to emphasize on the prompting framework or templates that generally helps out. Sorry, how is Lovable different than? Frankly, Sai, it's not drastically different from Replete. It's finding your own poison that you like of sorts. So I find Lovable far more easier to use and far more I mean simpler from a experience standpoint, and user experience seems easier for me. Doesn't mean we are against Triplet, or we are against V0 or Bolt for that matter. All of them are great platforms as well. So it's about finding your poison by exploring these tools. So I strongly recommend exploring all and see which one you like. Right. So first and foremost, for ChatGPT and Gemini, giving a persona, which is what hat that you want this LLM to put on, clearly being articulated is very important. And please be as explicit as possible. So if you want it to, if you are intending to build, let's say, a B2B application, and you want someone who, you know for a fact that someone who's worked in Salesforce or maybe Microsoft has a better experience or could have worked on such projects earlier, you can just give those names also and make it even more explicit from a persona standpoint. Second is context. This is the most important thing. Please be clear about what you intend to do or what input you expect out of it. And in the persona, feel free to add the point that it can ask you clarification questions. Many people miss out on this. So please ensure that you ask the system to ask clarification questions so that it can help you better. And it can also come up with inputs or questions which you might not have thought about, or the tandems or directions that you wouldn't have thought of. That is one. The second point, from a context standpoint, please give the entire context with respect to what you are trying to build, what you are trying to achieve, why are you doing it, who is your target persona, in case if you're building a digital product and you want to delve deeper into it, so that and explain about the different user journeys that you want to support in the system, so that the AI can help you refine these things in a better way. That's with respect to the context. Now, from a task standpoint, it's important or better to explain the task also clearly and give them in a bulleted points. So first task is to go through the entire context, understand it, ask clarification questions if any. Second task is, once you are clear about the entire requirement, then maybe come up with the requirement document of it, so that I can go through it and understand that, or come up with all the scenarios that I have missed out, or it can even be critique the idea itself per se. Here I'm not talking of the details with respect to market research and all being done. Obviously you can do all of that as well before you jump into building the product, and that's important. But right now, for the sake of simplicity, I'm not delving deeper into it. We do cover them in our cohorts, but not in the session today. Next, if you have any examples that you like and you want to provide, please feel free to provide that as well. Right? This framework generally helps a lot for me to structure my thoughts and share it across with the ChatGPTs and Geminis of the world. The structure for Lovable or Bolt also remains more or less the same. The only difference is the persona part is not needed, because by default the persona of Lovable is a full stack engineer. Okay. Any questions on the prompting techniques as such? Okay. So let's now, as I was saying, we can start building a prototype. Sorry, someone was saying.
Vellanki, one question.
Hey, hi Aditya, please go ahead.
So using the free version, for personal, I mean, not on the professional laptop, but on the personal, what I've found is that maintaining the chain of thought while prompting was a challenge when if there was a substantial gap, or let's say I had to go ahead and let's have my lunch in between, and there's a time gap in between, right? So the continuation of thought process did not follow. Or if there's a time when I'm actually evaluating, thinking on the output that GPT or Copilot has generated, So how do we adapt to, or what's the way to approach it so that we can continue, let's say, the research or the prototyping that we're building without losing the track while prompting in a free environment.
I didn't understand from a prompting standpoint, as in, is it the chain of thought that we are losing as humans, or
I
you're
know
saying
with the
AI is?
prompts. So we build like the prompt, like even with prompt engineering, it's a series of prompts, right? You give a prompt, you see the output, you think if it's accurate, appropriate or not, you
Sure.
further build on it or you correct it, right? Evaluate it. And then that goes on till you reach the final output that you require. Sometimes it's a research, then you need to add on, maybe it's a work stream in like 2, 3 work streams that you need to further follow through to get the response, right?
Sure.
You want to build on it. At times when you got the right response, you want to further go forward.
Sure.
Now, if there's a time gap, is what I've observed. If I give a prompt after a time gap, the chat GPT does not, or the copilot does not, or forgets what was going on previous, because build up can only happen when the initial chain of thought is being followed. I hope my
So,
explanation.
sure, I'll address this. So what happens is, unless if you are, okay, maybe I'll show you with the tools itself that might help you out understand this better. So unless you are using something like an AI Studio.dev or AI Studio by Google, where you have a provision to actually give something called as a system prompt by yourself. So I hope my screen is visible. So here you can actually give the system prompt which you want the system to consider at every or at every trigger that you're doing for the system. Okay, but if you do it on ChatGPT or Gemini or any of these platforms, it generally has a tendency of picking or thinking through the first or latest 5 to 10 conversations. So if you want, feel free to, in case if you're finding such an instance coming up for you, feel free to add or remember or reminded that this is a persona that you are playing, in case if that's the challenge that you're facing. That helped me out many times. Does that address?
Harsha.
Okay, I'm not. I didn't fully, maybe probably.
Okay, so
It's more in terms of how it's able to respond to what we're giving, right? But I didn't get how it helps to solve the time gap problem.
correct. So what I'm saying is that the time gap that you are talking of, I don't think it's the concept of time gap that's the problem. The problem is that of the context that you have in the conversation. So let's say you have a long conversation with the system, and in middle you've changed the persona from, let's say initially it was a maybe. A developer, then later you made it a product manager, and then you made something, and then but you want it to come back as a developer again. It's better to clarify that now you act as this developer also, in case you are starting to see this drift happening in the conversation. Drift is nothing but initially you wanted it to respond in a certain way, but it stopped doing that. Then you can establish it or clarify it or ask it again to do the same.
Got it. Understood. I understand the chain of thought you're saying, and in one of the causes that you're indicating, it's just that my cause is slightly different. But in the interest of time, maybe I'll touch upon it a bit later if you want to continue forward for your agenda right
Yeah.
now.
Rohit, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just saying, while you have opened the ChatGPT 5.1, um, uh, so when we are going to do our own ideas into a prototype in this session itself, I hope that's what we are going to do.
Yeah.
So we may or may not have the paid version, so the output may differ as to what you are doing versus what we are doing.
Sure. It wouldn't drastically differ, to be frank. It would be, or we can keep all of it in the free version of Gemini also. I don't think that would matter a lot. For me, Gemini again is a free. I don't have a paid version of it, so we can use this as well if that helps everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So maybe you can also start playing with it. I'll share the prompt also with you. So let's say if the idea, first let me show you what we can build, or what I had in mind that we could build. Can you see my screen? Okay, so the idea that I had in mind was very simple. We actually build a idea flow or idea repository where I can sign in with my or sign up depending upon whether you are doing it for the first time or you've already done it. And
Uh,
so it can I can add more ideas that I want to, and I can keep track on the progress of it. So it's in to explore. It's in progress or it's completed state, and we are also leveraging AI to add tags that we intend to add and all of this in the system. So this was the idea that I thought we can all build. And to address one of the questions that came up is, can this be built by the AI all by itself? All of this that you're seeing right now just came out of a single prompt that I've given to the AI system, as in Lovable platform in this case. Right, I haven't used any other tool for building it, but initially for the idea and all of that, I've leveraged ChatGPT to bounce back or brainstorm on what the user journey should be, what all flows I need to accommodate and all. But other than that, everything over here that you're seeing, including the login, sign up aspects, user management, database management, everything is done by AI and Lovable. Okay. Cool. So let's quickly jump onto this idea flow, or we can call it as idea bank if you want. So the concept is very simple. I want to have a, maybe I'll actually share the screen and show you. So you are.
and just to highlight, even the ChatGPT Go is free for 1 year. So if someone wants to register, 5.1 is available free now. 1 year.
Awesome.
And Gemini Pro is free for Geo users.
Correct. But it is on a waiting right now.
No, I got it.
Acha, okay, nice. And Perplexity is also free from Airtel for 1 year.
Cool. So maybe you all can open Gemini if you want, or any other platform of your choice as well. I'll share across the prompt that I'm using. You can feel free to tweak it also in case if you want to try out something different. My only request at the moment is not to do that for a simple reason that if there are variations and the questions that or issues that come up, then it might not be easier for me to help out at this juncture, and hence the reason. Other than that, it's all the same. So I'm just articulating what I have in mind over here. So So I'm just putting in few things. We are building this an end-to-end idea management tool from thought to it being shipped, and we don't want to make it a complex project management tool. It's just a personal idea cockpit powered by AI, and maybe a simple blueprint ideas that I can have, or we can even ignore this and use. I'll maybe use the AI to even come up with all the ideas as well. So the rest of the prompt that I had in mind was very simply put to capture the user journey that I've already thought of. But in case if you don't want to do that, you can even ask AI for it for that as well. So for example, let me share this. Yeah. So You can even this is something that I had in mind with respect to us having a landing page and then getting into the details of it, capturing ideas and all, signing and up sign in. Once you sign in, then a dashboard which showcases how many ideas are there currently and what with an ability to add new idea into the idea bank, and then the idea lifecycle management itself being taken care of. So all of these are different aspects that I've just put in here, and I'm just giving it, you can give it to pro or flash, it wouldn't matter much. One suggestion is, okay, first let's share this across and see what Gemini says. So it's coming up with all the details here. You can, and one important thing that I see people not doing at all is yeah, I'm sharing the prompt.
Yeah, that will help. We will also do parallel.
Yes, absolutely. I'll share both. I'm sharing a Word doc with you, which has the Lovable prompt that we can leverage, as well as the Gemini prompt.
Yeah, that will be good.
Cool. Can please confirm if you are able to access the link that I've just shared?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay. Can you, everyone is able to access? Any challenges that you're facing? Okay. I could see many people on the doc. So again, for the time being, you can use this prompt, but you can feel free to refine it or improve it as well. One key thing that I see people making as a mistake is they just copy whatever AI has given or blurbed out without going through it and seeing whether it is in line with what you have in mind. So please don't make that mistake. Ensure that you actually go through the entire thing over here and be able to figure out whether it actually resonates with you or not. One beautiful thing that Gemini offers, and even ChatGPT or Claude also offer this, frankly, is there is a concept of canvas that you have on Gemini. Same happens with ChatGPT. While in case of Claude, it's called as artifacts. You can just mention it. I'm not going through it at the moment for the sake of time, but at prima facie, it seems good for me. So I'm asking you to, hey, this seems good.
So, one question, Vellanki. The cloud
Yes.
generally, even in the premium version, expires up, like it has like a 5 hour window or so something. It runs out of that token in a session, right? Does
Correct.
that happen for GPT also? Uh,
GPT, at least I haven't seen running out of tokens as a problem.
Hmm.
Even for Gemini also, that's not the case.
Okay, nice.
So here, can you give me a mock UI prototype so that I can visualize how it looks like? Ensure you cover all the screens. So it's able to create the prototype, and you can actually visualize it here even before you jump onto Lovable to see whether this actually resonates with you or not. That's one important thing. Is everyone able to follow through? Everyone is on Gemini slash ChatGPTs or Claudes of the world and able to uh, play with it. Any questions?
So Vilangi, I am struggling a bit. I have basically put up the prompt and got the notification, uh, but I couldn't follow through on the idea flow that we have got.
Sorry, I didn't get this, Rohit. Sorry,
I'm,
if you
I'm
help me
saying the
understand.
response that I've got, the idea flow that is there on the left hand side,
Uh-huh.
that got, but you're showing the code, what, where you are getting the
Oh, okay,
code.
okay, okay. Let me
Yeah.
show you that. So you would have got this right initially, as in when we give the first prompt, you would have got this entire response, more like a PRD structured. And PRD, for those who don't know, it stands for product requirement document. It's a fancy way of saying what is my requirement. That's all, right? But the second one, Rohit, is this prompt that I have given. I'm saying I've gone through this entire thing. Seems good to me. Please go ahead and create a mock prototype so that I can visualize how it would look like. I'll add this onto the Word doc as well for everyone's reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, I think that's a good idea because I'll try on a different model, and probably it will help me to compare also, how the output is being different from Gemini versus that particular model.
Fair point. So if you see, I've just added the follow-up prompt at the bottom of the I mean, at the beginning of the first page, second page. Okay.
If you can copy paste the output also, maybe later.
Output of?
This prompt, like the PRD prompt or the other, so that we can compare later the output.
You can do the comparison with different tools as well, right? You can paste the same prompt in 10 platforms or 5 platforms and see how it would look like.
Yes, Harsha, I can do that. I have seen that. Now it is working for both. I'm parallelly checking the same. Thank you. It's
Awesome.
working.
So now if you see here, I have a prototype. I'm seeing how it is looking like as well. All the ideas are listed here. I can even go through the view of, so here it's not given me the view. So I can ask it to do that. It's giving me a form to fill the things and it seems okay to me at the moment, right? I can give a feedback to it as well, saying that, hey, I'm unable to view existing ideas details and update their implementation status. Please help with adding those screens. So it will be able to do this, and the same thing being done on ChatGPT. Again, I'm just given the entire prompt that we've had on this, and it's able to come up with the details here. And like I'm asking it to create the prototype also, and it will be able to do that. So for example, now if there's mock UI prototype, ideally you need not select canvas here, but for ensuring that it doesn't miss, I'm just giving it the explicitly selected. Okay, it's giving me.
Oh, yeah. It's not actually working directly. I think Canvas only it will work.
It will be able to identify it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it
And
does give you code, Harsha. In ChatGPT case, it does give you the whole code, code, but you need to select preview. In case you do not
correct.
select the canvas, then preview it will give you whatever was Gemini was also doing out of box.
Exactly. Both of them do the same. Even Claude does the same, but they call it artifacts. That's the only difference. So now Gemini made those changes. I can click on view and it is able to showcase me what is happening and the details around it as well. Right. So the reason that we are not jumping onto Lovable, but doing all of this first is us getting that clarity about what we want to do, and then jump onto using the Lovables of the world to actually build. Think of it this way, where in Gemini and ChatGPT are kind of working as your design assistants as well as product managers, and Lovable is working as your full stack developer. Okay. Any questions till now? Everyone is able to see, at least in the Gemini side of the world, the prototype that we are seeing here. It might be slightly different from a wording and all. Again, just one clarification: please don't expect exact same articulation across platforms, or even within the same Gemini platform, you won't necessarily get the same response every time. Okay. Any questions, any concerns, or any challenges anyone is facing till now?
Yeah, the prototype is not coming for me, so I just opened a new thread and will try again.
Okay.
Maybe
Did you
should
select
do we
canvas
need
at
to
the
enable
bottom?
something?
Yes. So in if you're using Gemini, please click on. Maybe I'll show you it so that it becomes easier for you. So please click on Tools,
I
and
did
in
that.
this you have Canvas.
Yeah, but in the setting, I don't have to do anything else, right? In the main
No,
setting.
no,
Okay,
no.
I'll try again. Now it has happened. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. So one other thing that happens a lot is you might need to you might face a lot of trial and error in the beginning, at least,
True.
and that is a initial learning curve of sorts. But once you understand what works and what doesn't, I think it's makes it much more engaging and easier.
Vellanki, one question, right? Sometimes you are okay with the general prototype which you get, but you want to do some tweaking in between, right, within the code. So
Sure.
what I do, I use the same artifact. So just a clarification question: does it redo the code completely, or it actually only takes the old code and does the thing? Like it uses the old canvas, or it redoes the new canvas for you?
The ChatGPTs, Geminis, and Claudes of the world do a rework of it, as in it regenerates it, but it goes through the same code and makes the changes, but it's actually writing it from the start. While platforms like Lovable, Cursor, and Bolt have a capability to do the point fixes directly.
Because then it actually loses a lot of tokens in that, right? Because it's rewriting
Correct,
everything. Yeah.
correct. So generally, sometimes I also make it a point that if it is not working and it is not able to crack, especially when your code is slightly longer, then you can take it to the Gemini or Cursors of the world and do it. If you are actually trying to build something far bigger than what these platforms support.
Okay.
Okay.
There's this one more platform called V1 also, right? Like people use it.
V0.
Similar? V0, yeah.
V0.dev. It is same as Lovable's.
Lovable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good platform. No two ways about it.
What
Harsha.
about create anything? Have you used create anything?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, there is a new one called create anything, and you can actually do everything with the prompt itself. Like you can generate the app, and you can download it into your for test purposes. You can download it into your phone, and then actually test it. Like I've just
Nice.
used it last night. It was really interesting.
Awesome. Oh, it's a mobile app generator in that case.
Yeah, it could do any kind of platform, web, or all kinds.
Okay.
But
So
it
Lovable
does
help with all
the
of that.
complete database integration and APIs and front end, everything.
We'll do that with Lovable in a while as well.
Kind of
What is the
similar.
name, Arvind?
Createanything.com.
Okay. Thank you.
They've recently raised, I don't know, 20-30 million. It's a US California based company. One of the founders is an Indian kid.
Okay.
Harsha, I have one question.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have right now done is about whatever we wanted to create. Like we wanted to create an idea tool, and we have defined the workflow, and accordingly, it is tracking all the ideas, and we can add new ideas.
Correct.
But AI role actually stops at building it.
Sure.
For a use case such as, say, such as say interview assistant. There will be a constant, say for based on the CV and based on the job description, if I want to mimic interview versus interview kind of role, it will be a constant AI question and answers. It will keep searching the source from the internet and all. That's the different versus what it is. Or the near example of what we have built now is in the gamification for the linear channels, we are building the forms or building the static web pages, right? So nothing additional on top of it AI has to do there. User will fill the form and it gets recorded in the database and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So for the other use case also this will work, or we have to go for it will okay.
We'll actually see it working as well. Yeah, you can actually create a resume customizers and all of that as well. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, cool. I hope you are able to get the sense of the initial setup that we were talking of. Now let's move on to Lovable to actually create this entire thing. You can use the second prompt that is there in the second tab that we have. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. So if you just go to the second tab, I've already pre-created the prompt for the Lovable part. Okay, so you can just take this entire prompt and go to Lovable, and let me share the link. I hope everyone was able to follow through till here, right? You understand how the prototyping aspect of the world works and all. Oh, sorry, the initial clarifications. I'm sharing the URL for Lovable as well, so that you can actually go to the platform. Everyone is able to land on Lovable. It would look something like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would have a daily credits, 5 credits per day of sorts. So you can use it accordingly. That's one. And in case if you have, if you take a paid version, then it has some different tiers being available. Everyone is able to see this screen?
Yes.
Okay, so on the top, I've already logged in. Let me sign out and show you how it would look like. So this is how you would be looking at the platform. Please click on login, and if you have already logged in or signed up, nothing like it. If not, then maybe you might want to sign up by creating a new account. Do confirm once you are able to log in onto the platform. Everyone is able to log in. Okay, so after logging in, you will see again this. Please copy the prompt. Okay, first maybe if you want, I can actually give you a walkthrough of the prompt itself, if that helps also. So if you look at it, I have just articulated it clearly, saying what the product is all about. So I'm explaining that, hey, this is a simple tool that I'm calling as Idea Flow. Feel free to change the names if you have something else in your mind. And I'm asking AI assistants actions to be there and status tracking to be there. I'm even explaining about that fact that it is a simple MVP and not necessarily a full product. You can remove this line if you don't want it to be that way and you want to create slightly more complex. That's completely fine. But I strongly recommend don't complicate it from day one. First, create the most simplified user journey that you need to have, which you call as an MVP, and then add complexity on top of it continuously for two reasons. One, you will run out of credits if you make it more complicated. Two, it's better you build something, understand what's built, and then add things on top of that. I've just described about the user experience, the number of pages that I have. I want authentication capabilities being needed, and finally, idea inbox, how the home screen should look like, and adding new details and AI assistance that's needed for me. So I want the ability to actually generate labels, generate next steps using AI or Gen AI. That capability will also be there in this tool. Sorry. Yeah, Rohit, go ahead.
I just want to check this so much of hashes and stars and all those things
That's
is
because
any
you can remove it. That's because I've copied a markdown format into this and it didn't translate it well. That's all.
understood.
It's just that to emphasize bold, right? That's how
Correct,
the
correct,
prompt text
correct,
engine
correct.
takes bold. One question here: this prompt which you are using, and that prompt, are we going to use the output of the previous ChatGPT prompt here, or is the new one?
You can use this one. The previous output of ChatGPT has the prototype
Correct.
part in it. Now, if you want to use that per se, then it's better you articulate and ask for a lovable prompt to be generated.
Yeah, that is how we should do, right? Okay, got it.
Ideal state, that's how you can do it. Yes.
Yes.
And
Nice.
please don't blindly copy paste the prompts. Please go through it. That's very important.
Yes.
Don't over rely on AI. AI is more of a fast writer, but it's your brain that goes into it at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
cool. So maybe we'll quickly move forward. I'm just copying this entire prompt that we have over here and moving to Lovable and going ahead with pasting it and moving forward with the implementation. I'm just adding, if you want, you can add an extra line if you want to also, but just push it across. That itself will solve the problem as well. So just hit enter and it will take you to this screen. Now, what is happening in the backend is Lovable actually creates a virtual machine for you and installs all the necessary libraries and systems over there, databases and all over there. And it will then clearly create the prototype for you or the product itself for you. So if you look at this, it is giving me explanation about what it is going to build. And it is also asking for me to enable cloud. So please do enable this. Now, what is this capability all about? This is for you to have a backend system created and all the data that you have, all the business logics that you are implementing or system that you're implementing being stored in their cloud system by capturing the data also. Okay, so you click on allow, it will create the database for you and it will take care of the entire implementation for you. But the point here is in the prompt itself, I've given it clear instructions about how my database should be looking like, what all aspects that I wanted to cover. So if you look at this, I'm explicitly explaining what my database is, what it should store, all the data that needs to be maintained in the system. Everything is clearly articulated. So that's the systems thinking part that Divya was also alluding to. So if it's important that you explain this clearly to the system for it to work properly as per your expectations. Any questions till now? Everyone is able to follow till here? Okay.
when this is happening. So how are these credits used? Maybe I'm not familiar. It's like, as you said, there are a number of credits. Is it based on number of prompts or like data, the amount of data your prompt consumes? Like, what is the basis behind that usage of credits?
They don't explicitly mention how exactly it gets calculated, but generally it is not based on the number of questions that you ask, but it's more about the number of tokens that gets consumed. The bigger the change that you want to implement, the higher the tokens that gets consumed.
Okay. And I mean, how can I know that? Is there a way to estimate, like, what I'm trying to
No,
do is within the 5 credits or tokens, or
no, you can keep monitoring how many tokens are left per the day, and that's the only way that you will be able to keep a track of it at the moment.
okay.
But it gets recharged on a daily basis. So even if you have exhausted your tokens or the credits, you can come back the next day and fix it things out.
Got it. And it will save and like remember the chain that we were having
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, Rohit, please.
So, Harsha, just one stupid question. What we have done in the ChatGPT, right? We were getting the code there as well.
Correct.
For the same idea, if it has been elaborated as much as you have done in for when we have put up the prompt, and it is also going.
It can generate the entire UI. By the way, it's not a stupid question. So no question is a stupid question. It can actually generate everything that you are seeing here. The only difference is it won't be able to generate a shareable link is one part. That's the challenge on Gemini. Second, it won't be able to create the database that you need and the APIs being integrated with the backend.
Awesome. Got the answer. Yeah. Thank you.
GPT will give you the shareable link.
GPT will give you the shareable link, but again, it can't have a backend implementation at the moment, at least.
So just for HTML, just to see the mock-up design prototype,
Exactly.
it will work.
Exactly. So if you see, for me, it's at least created the prototype and it is ready. I can get started. I'll sign up. Again, this is just one prompt that we've given. Let's see, hopefully it works. Yeah, so it's created the system. I was able to sign in. And by the way, how do you check out whether the data is being stored or not? I'll showcase that also, how you can check it on Lovable. Now, let's say if I'm going ahead with my first idea being added, maybe this is track my daily steps or exercise workout, to make it sound fancy. So I'm just saving this now. I've just added a new idea into my bucket, and this is a product that I intend to create, let's say. So by default, it got created. That's first part. And second part is, if you go into it, its status says to explore. And if I click on it, the system has an ability for you to change the status. Let's say if you started the work on this, then you can make it as in progress, or if it's already done, you can mark it as completed. And you have AI already integrated into it. Now, let's say if I want to improve the description of it and I ask it to refine. So it has refined it and given me a detailed explanation of it with options over there. We can ask Lovable again to fine tune this so that it won't give me these 10 options. Rather, it just updates it with the same value. right? So I can even have tags being generated for my search and all to be improved. So fitness tracking app, monitor activity monitoring, all of this, none of them have I entered. It's already being automatically being generated by AI. And you didn't even give any API keys or so. So it's already there available for you to play with. So here you can see the next steps also coming up. Define core data inputs, and then it is asking for the user flows to be created, and everything from my idea to be prototyped is now available. I can just save it, and it is saved, done. The next time I come back, I'll be able to see all of them here. You hope you are able to see the lovable build happening for your prompts.
Yeah, it happened.
Okay.
Harsha, it is not saving. It is generating, but is not saving. So it generates, and then if we want to save it, so what if say for example description refinement we find fine, great. We need to publish it or save it. How does it work?
Save as in save the idea.
No. So it's in the idea. So I understand there, like if we want to improve the tags, search tags,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
generated it. I find them not good enough. I want to change. After changing it, yes, there is a save button coming for you. I'll check. Okay. On top,
Yeah.
I can save button for you. I am not seeing
Correct.
it.
Correct. Maybe you can just reprompt it, test out the entire flows and see if there are any gaps, give that as a feedback, and the system will be able to address it as well.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. And how do you check the data that's being stored? So this is where you will be able to see it. So you are on this preview mode by default. Please click on the top. Just besides it, you will see something called as cloud. Hope everyone is able to see it. Cloud. Right. I assume that's an S. And if you click on cloud, there you will see the databases that are created, and the idea details that were maintained is stored here. And the users who have signed up, their details will be available here. Everyone is clear till here? You're able to see your thing working? Okay. Anyone is facing any challenge till now? Okay. So now, as a last step, what we need is, it's amazing for us to play with it. That's for us to test. But any product that we build, if you want to push it across to others to try it out, give you feedback, how do you do that? You have an option over here called publish. Please click on that and click on publish over here. As and when you click, it will ask you for something called as URL slug. It's jargon. Simply put, instead of your project here, if I want something else, I call it as idea bank, let's say. And I click on continue. It will be creating a URL and publish it. I can share it with others. They can start playing with it as well. So I'm just sharing my tools URL. Love to hear your views on this as well. But you can also add yours and share across the tools that you've or the URL of your tool as well. Everyone understood how to publish the product? Okay. Awesome. Hey, feel free to share.
Can you just tell one more time how to publish?
Yeah, sure. So if you, I hope you are on this screen, right? The one where you are seeing, I mean, the colors it could be different, but on the top right, you see something called as publish in the blue color. Please click on that. And below that, you will have an option called as publish again.
I was on the screen where it was showing cloud, and then I'm not seeing the publish button somehow.
Uh,
Can I,
okay.
can I
Can you?
show my screen?
Yeah. Please go ahead. No worries.
Is it visible?
Yeah. So here, if you click on the left, just besides cloud, you are seeing the globe symbol, right? Please
Yes,
click on
yes.
that. Yeah. Please click on that. Now on
Yeah.
the top right, you will see publish option.
Yeah, great. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Sure. Cool. That's majorly what we had for the session. Any questions that you have or any inputs? Okay. One request from our end, if you found this session helpful, feel free to share the URLs that you've just created in LinkedIn, tag us. That would help spread the word. And in case if you are interested, we run these cohorts. Happy to have you on board on them as well.
One question, Vellanki.
Please.
So like entire Gen AI is actually probabilistic, right? So every
Correct.
time you even if you use this, as you mentioned, you will not get the same result. But that is for the general GPT systems, right? But when I come to Lovable, how like they might be ensuring the consistency with the same prompt, like because you need to have a reliability, right?
Why do you need reliability again here, right? So, okay, two parts. The idea prototype that we just created, sign in working out the way your name is getting saved, that's not probabilistic. That would be stored and that would be available.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Hmm.
So when we code, right, it has a defined rule set. Like you do the same thing, you'll get the same result.
Correct.
So whenever you do the experiment, you need to have the similar result to have a reliability. But
Sure.
in this case, there is a possibility of variation, right?
There would
So
be.
does that logic also apply to the Lovable, or do they have they
Will.
done something to have reduce or minimize this thing?
So it will be different for each of the prompts. Just to give you an example, right? From what we have, we all use the same prompt, but the outputs that we've got for, I think this was Sauvik's link that he shared. So if you see here, the capture ideas, refine AI, build momentum, it is much different from what I had and or what Rohit shared. For Rohit, it came this way. So the look and feel will keep changing. It won't be exactly same, even though the prompt is the same.
Okay.
So if I can put it in a different way, right? Give the same prompt to two different full stack developers. Do you expect them to give you the exact same output? No. Same same is the case here.
Got your point. But if I have to have, say, suppose it's about, I have put in, like I did one session, I've created some screens. Then I come after 3-4 days and do the new screens. If their consistency,
No, that would be consistent because you're using the same thread.
okay.
In the
Got
same
it.
project, it would be consistent. But if you expect consistency or repeated behavior in two different threads of Lovable, that's not possible, is what I was trying to say.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Who pays for the database in this case?
It's free for the time being. They are the ones who are paying for it. Later on, if you want to scale and all, you would have to pay for it. There
But
is
if it stays the way it is, we don't have to pay anything for like the one that you made, the first
there would
app
be
that you tried out.
thresholds. Yeah,
Is it
there
free?
would be threshold. Yeah, so there would be thresholds in terms of the number of lines that you can store and all. So if you are crossing those thresholds, then you would be having to pay for it.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay.
If we were to, download this entire this thing and create our own instances of it, like our own cloud
Sure.
database, how should we proceed?
You can export all of this to the GitHub and then use from GitHub. You can figure out how you want to deploy it as well. It's up to you about how you want to deploy it then.
Perhaps at that time we would need more technical savvy people on it, I guess.
You can, if you have the time and the interest of doing it by yourself, ChatGPT and Gemini are your best friends. They can help you out. You have Vercel as a platform or Supabase as the database, and people do that a lot. We've done multiple such projects.
Mm-hmm.
Vellanki, one question. Yeah. So what intrigues me in this scenario, in these, personal creations is the access management and the security of, your data, transactions, and all that. So while we create and publish this, what's like your thought of managing, and or maybe someone who's not, who's not a coder, and
Mhm.
because we're talking of vibe coding, right? So
Sure.
how do I ensure and understand that, people using, let's say I share it with my family and friends, so they know that at least whatever is happening is secure. And let's say I build something which I have a payment gateway. Let's say I've tied up with Razorpay and I've integrated that for some reason, right? So how do we ensure that when we want to make it some real world application, we ensure that our code is not exposed, visible, and all that. And I'm not a
Go
security
through
guy.
the
I'm not.
documentation of what Lovable offers, because right now it's Lovable that's storing the data. If that's not Lovable, then if you are relying on Supabase or Google Cloud, then it's their documentation that you need to check to ensure what level of security are they offering, and are you okay with it or not. The point is all about even the greatest of the enterprises are using AWSs and GCPs of the world or Azures of the world. Lovable is also using one of them, if not having their own is one. The second, they have their own privacy policy and security policy. Check that out. If that makes sense, well and good. If not, what can be done to make it more secure as per your needs is something that you need to implement.
Got it. And as a non-IT guy, then maybe I can use, because maybe I'll not understand the technicalities of, as you said, the policies of the respectively Lovable or the technical jargons or terms. So is there something that they support and assist users who are not from IT? Then they can ensure that, maybe help us understand the keys, at least at a high level key structure, and then ensure that these are all taken care of. For example, payment gateways do that, right? They help us understand.
My only point is no one is stopping you from copying that entire thing and pasting it in ChatGPT and asking it to explain it to you. Even if Lovable is not doing today, they might do it tomorrow. I'm not saying they can't do it or they shouldn't be doing it. My only point is, if no one is stopping you from copying it and figuring out what exactly it means, as long as we don't put effort, it won't be a scenario where everything could be spoon-fed that way. Will it happen? It will obviously happen. They would also want their platform to be far more secure and reliable, and that's how they would position it as well. I'm nowhere saying they won't do it or they can't do it. I'm just saying no harm in us putting in the effort as well, if we are actually wanting to build something which is to be super secure and to be used by millions of users. Yeah, please go.
So it's on the similar line with respect to security. I think that so all the team inside our product team now, basically everyone has created their AI tool one way or the other. Actually speaking, that's the fact of the matter. And some of them have actually integrated the payment method also, right?
Awesome.
And human. So they were basically my question comes from, and I have asked them as well, that does this Lovable and all make them scalable? They have created B2C product. Okay.
Sure.
If someone want to have the some advice tool. So, and they have integrated some points and all, some for free use, and then some membership is there. So my question came from there itself. When I asked this question, there was no answer as to how much it can be scaled to. Again, that question answer apne aap Google karke milega, right? It's
one is that, and second is, see, scalable is a very subjective matter. If you have someone like Google level scale, which is billions of users using it day in and day out, then these platforms won't be able to support it.
Correct.
But if it is 100 users coming in on a daily level, then there is no problem at all.
Correct. Understood.
So it's all about, so there is no one size fits for all answer for any of the questions, is what I was trying to say.
Sure.
If you are trying to build $1 billion business out of this, and you are having only one customer who would pay that $1 billion, that's a different scenario. If you are creating $1 billion business out of billion users, that's a different scenario. So in both the cases, the way you approach it is very different.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got
Vellanki, just to add in this, if we have to just create a prototype and run it as a beta test, I think this will be a ideal scenario for this kind of thing to use. Obviously, when you have a full-fledged product, you have to go and migrate into a proper setup. But to test that idea and run it for 3 months, it will work as a good thing, right? In a way.
Absolutely correct. I'll just add one thing, which is, it's not, again, we need not restrict ourselves to say that this is only for prototypes, is what my whole point is. It's about the scale of users that you are intending. Now, today, if I have to make a Google out of this or a YouTube out of this, I don't think any system will be able to handle. You have hundreds or thousands of people working over there to ensure the system's uptime is there.
Yeah,
Correct?
but those are anyways very extreme cases, right? Like sometimes you're creating a solution where you only have 2000.
Exactly. So that's why I was mentioning it's all about the scale.
Correct.
If you have only 2000 users coming in, but they are using it every second, and you have maybe 2 million or 3 million pings happening, will this infrastructure support or not is something that needs to be checked. But first, let's reach to the 2 million events per day scenario before us figuring out whether this system is scalable or not on day one.
It makes sense. Nee, that's the right way to see it. Correct.
Yeah, I think if you're also working on, let's say, some real-time data or something, like, let's say you're buying airline tickets out of it or something, then the scalability will come into picture, where multiple people are buying the same ticket at the same time. How would you put them in the queue, and how
Correct.
do you do that? So that's where the whole intensive technology part of it comes into picture.
I have a small contradictory view on that. It's not about whether Lovable is able to handle it or not. It's about whether we are able to first articulate it clearly and explain how the queue management should be there. Implementing queue management is still simpler. So there are two different things. What you rightly said is the understanding that I need a queue management system is key.
Correct. But how many people come into the queue is the scalability.
Exactly. Correct.
So basically, once you go through it, you will have these ideas and you can implement those as you face challenges, and that's where this platform will help.
Exactly. Correct.
That's it. Yeah.
Srikanth, you have your hand raised. Yeah.
So there would be a lot of enterprise use cases, small use cases, where we are trying to automate or trying to get some real-time updates, or many enterprise use cases. But what is in enterprises to adopt this at a mass scale? Let's say companies trying to implement this internally, and why not every company use them and generate, let's say, 100 lovable apps internally for different teams? I mean, I'm just trying to understand what is the bottleneck.
There is no bottleneck. People are adopting it even now. For example, Microsoft or Accenture, if I'm not wrong, have tied up with Lovable and have provided access to Lovable to most of their team members, and are conducting such hackathons and are building things. So it's all about the leadership picking it up and doing it, rather than there being hurdles on that. So people are already doing this for the reference. Yeah.
Okay, so extension to that is, so let's say if this is happening at a very large scale, the cost of building software will go down, right?
Correct.
So do you think that will happen? Like, what do you think will happen? Like, if that is the scenario, then most of the thing, what, let's say, India is trying to do as a back office is just building the software. So what do you think the scenario that might come up?
I don't think I'm not an Nostradamus to comment on what would happen and predict the future. It would be wrong on me to say this would be a doomer scenario or a flying in all colors scenario. We'll have to see and make our own intelligent viewpoints, then it would not be fair for me to comment on that as such.
Okay, anyway, the point is this can be implemented at a mass scale and we can build apps for the enterprises. It is not just for the users or dummy cases.
There are many companies which are doing this. So there are open source tools which are actually helping out also. So many companies are hosting their own services so that security and scalability is under their purview. And they are using those tools as well. Some of them are using the closed source tools like Lovable and all, while others are leveraging the open sources as well.
Can you just name the open source if you have something?
Open Hands is one such example. There is one more by an Indian company. I'm not able to recollect their name. If I can remember, I'll share it across.
Yeah,
There are few.
yeah, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Cool. Any questions? Any inputs?
So, yes, sir, you want to say something? If you can pitch it.
No, like it was a great question. I at least was able to code and I was able to like create the website. So like I was like when you started and showed us the ChatGPT, I was confused why you're showing ChatGPT, but then I understood why you wanted to show the difference between both. So it was really like the flow was very good. That's what I liked. Like so he assumed that nobody knows anything and he started with it and he took it to a conclusion, and I think many people have their website and they're happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vellanki, can we reach out to you if we run into something? Like, I'm trying to work on something on blockchain, but I don't know how far I would go. I'm just trying to put my thoughts together. This is something, which is for a social cause kind of stuff. So, if I get stuck somewhere, can I reach out to you?
Sure. I'm not an expert at blockchain. I understand the nuances, but I don't necessarily know the Solana / the code basis of it, but happy to help as much as I can.
No, I have zero idea. But I'm just trying to use these tools to, come up with the concepts and, the basics.
Sure. One small suggestion from whatever my limited NFT implementation experiences are: don't go with blockchain. It unnecessarily complicates it and increases the latencies of data being stored in. Depends upon where you are storing it, whether it is the core system or on, let's say, level up chains like Solana or Polygon and all. Depending on that, it would have higher latencies and all. So at least I haven't seen a huge benefit of using blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
But happy to help wherever I can.
Yeah, point noted. Yes.
Okay, cool. That's all for the day, I guess. Just one request: please try out more ideas. Experiment as much as you want. You can, and love to see you building new things and sharing across.
Thank you, Vellanki, for the session, for giving the knowledge, and have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, Rohit, please go ahead.
Just want to extend my sincere, heartfelt thanks to you. You have, as a colleague, as a mentor, I have always seen you being at, to say the minimum, an echo of what we already know, and always inspired to do more. So my greatest learning in this session is not about the knowledge that you have shared, but of course the change in a bit of mindset which I am not still doing, and which is causing me not to take the next step. So thank you for that. I will definitely work on that.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Ezra, for taking time out. It was really helpful. So we had a wonderful session, a lot of learnings. So yeah, hope we have more sessions in the future. So I'm hungry to learn more, have more things from you or anyone who